Good morning. Hello to everybody. The colleague said the wonderful word that we are next member of the European Union. We need about 9-10 months. I hope that everything will be okay. Okay, few slides. I will try to be in those 10-15 minutes. We are new government in Croatia. Not anymore new. It's 8 months, something like that. And when we arrived, like all of our countries, we have lots of problems and try to find some solution. Like my job is solution for construction industry and what can we do with the new ideas. I'm an electrical engineer and my history was in a real sector, in energy sector. Like how I can say, few years ago, I didn't know anything about politicians, but now, in that time, I discussed about ESCO model, and I became the minister, discussed with my friends, assistants, colleagues, and I will just give you some information about my country, and talk about ESCO model, how it's good, how we need it now, how it's good time for that, and everything. And let's start it. And then we saw that we have so many good things that we can do it, and bad things that we must change the law, everything. But good thing is that Croatia is a small country, but very different climate. The first picture shows you that we are in January. During the winter, the temperatures are similar like north of Europe. The second picture shows up that in July, in July, the south of Croatia is similar like Spain or Portugal. The temperatures, that means the so big difference between temperatures is really good potential for energy efficiency. It was a logical decision. The solar radiation, we can see it how position is it's really good one. Like most of the countries of members have a statistic where the energy consumption is. In Croatia, that consumption in buildings is few percent higher than average of the members of the European Union, but not because we have so bad buildings. It's because we don't use it so much in industry and transport, and it's more because of that. Here are why I think about that. You can see the last 3 years, 2 years, the consumption in householders are higher for a few percent, in services also, but in construction we have the big, we don't lose energy there. We don't use it, it's not good until now. Here is the numbers, how old are our buildings. In Yugoslavia, it was one period when Croatia was in Yugoslavia that everybody built a house, social housing. It was the big job in that time during the 60s, 70s, 80s. And you can see in it how many percent of the old buildings we have it. That means that how many? 50% of the buildings are older than 40 years, most. And of course, in that time, nobody thinking about energy efficiency or something similar. We have some other priorities, and that statistics can show us how many consumption in the buildings, how old are they, and how they spend the energy today. Yeah. Now that potential that my colleague before said it, 60% in the public buildings. Then we make a decision. Okay, let's start it. Who can start it? The government can start it in the buildings that we are the owners. don't do it in the private sector because they don't know to do it, they don't know how to do it, they don't know anything, the procedure. Even we don't know. We must test ourselves. Yeah, let's do it with the public buildings. Proximal to, you can see it, for heating, we 250 kilowatt hour per square meter. We want it to reach at least 100, and the final goal should be 60 kilowatt hour per square meter. And then we change it. We change it. Here is one law, the first one, but we change it to the second one, and we make ordinance 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. In first 6 months, we write it. They are not existing. We change just the part of the law, and all other things we write it in the last 6 months. We discuss with the people. We tried to be the best rules how to manage. You can see regulation of contracting energy service for public sector. Why we did it? Such regulation because of the banks. Creation banks for Renovated and buildings, such name, need some regulation to give the money for ESCO models because they didn't know how to do it. We couldn't take it the market money. We take the country money, how I can say. And when we change all those, though, we just open the door for ESCO companies. And then Croatian ESCO companies, they don't exist, but try to thinking about it. What was good in that time? That the construction industry in Croatia, it's really bad condition, and they really needed some new jobs. If we started 5 years ago, they say I don't have enough time for that. I must build bridges and tunnels and something, houses. Yeah, it's big money and everything. I can understand that. I've been there. Don't discuss about those small buildings that I must renovate and wait for money for some 10 years or whatever. Now everybody discuss about it. Now it's not just politicians, not just country. Even the construction industry discuss about it because it's some kind of idea of the part of the industry that everybody wants to be involved. They don't know how to do it, really. We fight with, not fight with them. We're trying to learn them. They're trying to show us how what is the problem, because for us we didn't want to make. We have some experience in Europe, Germans. We didn't want to make the ESCO company like a country. The government make ESCO company and ESCO company renovated buildings. We said it, okay guys, projectants, construction companies, even the companies who made, I don't know, things for renovated buildings, you all together must make ESCO company. You must, the construction company must believe the projectants that makes joint venture. They must make risk share. And it was really new. Usually when you go to the on a field, you know, the main engineer of the field always said the project manager is the problem because he don't give me money. The project are not good because he doesn't draw everything or something, I don't know. The man who draw the project said, no, I did it everything, but he didn't make what I draw and stuff like that. Now, it cannot happen because you all together is in one ESCO company and you must do the job all together. You must trust between and make guarantees for 4% of energy. Basic action that we make it, most of them, we use it for direction that we have it now. And then we start. program. Average consumption, you can see 252 kilowatt hour per square meter. We need a deep renovating model. We target one reconstruction of the all public buildings. That means not the country, it's the region, it's the local government. We have how many? 11,000 buildings, I think. Yeah, 11,000 buildings in Croatia that owns by all levels of the government. And let's do it 1% at the beginning. Of course, that we hope that after a few years, when we have lots of ESCO companies, when we have knowledge, experience, everything that we will learn running the projects, probably it will be 3% or 5%, who knows. Yeah, what I said, target group, buildings owned by local governments. What is the problem in local governments? They are owners, they may sign the contract, but they don't know nothing about that. He's thinking, oh, it's some kind of debt. Can I sign it? I must ask Minister of Finance how I will, they get money for energy from the Ministry of Science, for example, for a school. Then the question is, okay, if I do it, I will pay it, the reconstruction of the school, but what if after 2 years I don't get the money for the energy that I should get it in this situation? And lots of problems, and then we must make a contract between the local government and the Ministry of Finance, then we make lots of things, we must do it. It was really good experience when you start some logic project, like ESCO model, in some small country, like Croatia, that is, everything is logic that we started. It's very good experience how many steps you must make it before you do it. Final beneficiaries, I forget at the end, put it, at the end the benefits gets the politicians, believe me. When we renovated the kindergartens, schools and everything, it's really good. When I discussed about that in the local government, I was deputy mayor on one Croatian town. When I just say idea, everybody was very happy with the idea to make reconstruction without the money. It's really good idea. How it was, it's program that we started, we have about 10 contracts until now. Sign it. 20, it's probably in next 1 month we will sign it, or 2 months. What we done? We choose the worst buildings. You can see it how it's the schedule going on. We take the worst buildings. Why? Because when you make an analyzation of the reconstruction, the benefits, the cost of the reconstruction, let's say for 5 or 4 or 6 years, we will have it. And ESCO company wants to do that. The new ESCO company, the people who don't know how to do it, they can count the money. And everybody goes on that worst buildings that government owns. But what is the problem? There is no so many worst buildings. Okay, we have 10%, 20%. Now we must make a model. It's the next step, probably for first month of next year. We must make a model how to give some money, some grant from the government or from structure funds or some European Energy Efficiency Fund or any other, Elena, Jessica, whatever, to put in feasibility level the buildings that are on the edge of feasibility, that we put it on a good feasibility for the ESCO company. And you can do it because, for example, task, 25%, the government can give it, half of it back because just to running the renovation and the construction industry and civil engineering. That means that, like we learn in these projects and started and had 10 contracts, and at the end of the year probably 50. Next year probably those contracts will be different, and I think it should be. After 1st of July next year, we will start, maybe before, we will start the program for the public sector, where there are lots of buildings in private sector. That program we must change a few more laws, but not just that. We must find the money, how make the ground money basic interest of the householders in big cities. They must make the basic interest much more than we need it in a government. We decide it and run it. You know, if you go to private sector and public sector, private sector in householders, we must make some knowledging, finance improving, and lots of other things. I think that we will need it half year to do it. In next year, that program. The biggest, I think today, the biggest problem is risk sharing. But we will test it. I will know next year. I will know much more than today, because now we started. We know just 4 or 5 months about that. The problem is experience, knowledge, and the project that we are not able to managing something that is totally new. Okay, this investment in euros is of course numbers for square meters. I thought that in calculation it was 200 euros per square meter, something like that. That means the big potential is in energy efficiency projects. The benefits I don't want to discuss. How many people we will find the new jobs, how many companies we can make it, the ESCO companies who tomorrow can run it all over the Europe because they know how to do it. They have banks who follow them. We can do it in Bosnia, in Serbia, in Hungary, and all over the Europe if we know it, if the government give them experience. They must know how to do it, who are what steps they must make it, and I think that that is the best way, how the best benefit at the end of the story, when we save the energy, the best benefit, lots of years after that, it will be the companies that have knowledge and experience. I didn't know at the beginning what I should present. What we done it? Okay, we done some steps, but we didn't finish. What we wanted to do? Yeah, we wanted to do something when we go there. Now it's in the middle. But then I discussed with my colleagues and said, okay, let's show what steps we make it, how hard it is. It's very hard in Croatia to change the law or ordinance, what we make it. And but the goals are too good that we can stop it. We just wanted to run ESCO models. It's my responsibility, and I think that for 2 years, the Croatia will be still the beautiful small country in the south of Europe, but even clever in ESCO projects. Yeah. Thank you.